You want to?
Right, audio's on now then, if you want to get ready to start.
Talk about more aging superstars?
Oh, shit.
Here comes the flute.
Oh, there's a motion at my front door. It's probably Dad coming in pissed off because I couldn't get the tractor unstuck.
Tractor. Right, I can't use my Stream Deck because it's not set up for my 5-camera thing. Right, okay, are we ready?
I think so.
Like now?
Both.
Oh, God, here we go.
I mean, I showed up. So.
Supposedly we're live.
Oh, yeah, we're live.
Oh, how live are we?
We're live. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that joke. Right, okay. Right, we're ready.
Please.
Yep.
Sticks.
Shit.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly?
I think we're just getting started.
Medic!
I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
Sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to episode 581 of your Overseas Connection podcast. Today is May 31st, 2020, on the cusp of June. Second half of the year is practically on us. We broadcast every weekend, 6 p.m. Somewhere, 4 p.m. in the East Coast, 3 p.m. Central Time Zone, 9 p.m. in the UK, even 1 p.m. in the West Coast. We're on Twitch, we're on Mixer, we're on YouTube. We also do an audio version of the podcast, so if you have to leave early, fear not, you can download the podcast, listen to it later, or watch the replay. My name is Greg DeLacy, OC_Murphy's Law on Twitter. You may not want to follow me on Twitter right now. Murphy's Law on Xbox Live. With me today, 4 lovely people. It's a crowded show. First, spinning the decks, handing all of the technical heavy lift for us flawlessly, Mr. Mark Wright.
Hello, Greg. Hello, everyone. Yeah, Marcanic's on all the gaming platforms and social medias and stuff. It's nice and sunny here, nice and warm for a change. So, yeah, nice and relaxing with the windows open, so there might be a bit of noise tonight. It'll sound like Kim's place when a motorbike goes past.
All right.
Yep.
Well, hey, I'm glad to hear sunshine is hitting the UK. We could use a lot of sunshine around this world. Also joining us from a cave north of you, Mark, up in the northern realms of Ireland in the pleasant Ballymena, Mr. Robin Tate.
He asked me. Hiya! Whoa! SpaceX! Way! NASA! Way! It's Robin here. Bongo the Sane. I am correctly pronounced in Ballymena in Northern Ireland. If you look at the map of Northern Ireland, there's a bit of water in the middle. I'm in the top right-hand corner. I'm not in the water, just outside the water a bit. My feet are slightly webbed. And it's lovely to be on the show on a very hot and steamy night. It's been a fantastic day here. So we will hear about that more in a minute. Who else do we have? Greg DeLacy.
Well, joining the podcast tonight, we have, hailing from the lovely confines of his attic, we have Mr. Pete Chin.
Good evening, Greg. Thanks for having me on. I'm so happy to be back.
Pete, we love that you are back. We've missed you so much. And clearly things have changed, Pete. I have to bring up right now the fact that, I mean, it's really obvious. We need to talk about it. Your beard is nicely trimmed.
Yeah, my beard is all trimmed up, looking fresh.
Yes.
Well, there's other things trimmed as well.
We don't want to hear about that, Pete.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let's introduce the next guest then.
I think we should. Finally, we would be nothing if we did not have the lovely and very giggling Kim Woods. Kim, welcome to the show.
Oh, Pete had to mention his landscaping. That's it. Howdy from sunny Missouri. So it's actually like 70-something degrees here today. So, woohoo!
Nice.
Anyway,
yeah, it's sunshine everywhere. How
right?
anybody angry at this time of the year? It's a lovely time of day. There's sunshine here. There's sunshine there. There's been sunshine in the UK. I think there's been sunshine in the Antarctic. You know, it's lovely.
Somebody's gonna be bitching it's not forming. Wait.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's raining somewhere. All right, we are gonna press forward. Look, we want to celebrate video games, things positive. So that's what this show is going to be about. We're going to focus in on the positive things of life. And video games absolutely are a positive thing in all of our lives. So that is the primary focus of our podcast. Of course, we talk about life stuff too. We will dive into what we've been doing in our lives. And most importantly, at this very moment, I want to talk about some birthdays to celebrate people getting older, because nothing says happiness like getting older. So starting from the youngest to clearly the oldest, we have Jay Wright. He turned, I can't believe this, he turned 58 today.
Yeah, I'm that old, Greg, aren't I? Thanks.
I know. Well,
I don't know. You wear it well, so.
I know, Mark. You didn't have to claim it, Mark. You could have just avoided it, said it was a distant cousin, but you know. No, Jay turned a mild 28 today.
Yeah, still bad enough, isn't it? 28.
Yeah, pretty much. But also today, Daniel Wood just turned 21, actually. I got the age orders incorrect. Sorry. Daniel, congratulations. Happy birthday. Paul Barry Hicken turned 22 today. So it's amazing, people getting younger as we get older. That's the craziness of it all. Andrew Wells, Andrew 30. If you notice, there's a pattern here of 20s. Also,
God, 30. He had an ad paper on then, didn't he?
30. Yeah, no, he's spry. And then Paul Taft Davies. Man, Paul, congratulations. 70 today. We are ecstatic for you. So happy birthday to you. And with all of this, we want to celebrate everybody's birthday with this fantastic song.
Happy birthday!
Whoop, whoop. Not going there. Not going there. All right. Let's talk story time, Mark.
Hooray, it's story time! Hooray, it's story time! I'm so glad to be with you today.
Whoop, whoop. Kim.
Yes.
I think we should start with you and your stories here, because it's a tale of two very interesting, different stories. So maybe start off with the popular, exciting one. You got a shout out.
Yeah, I did, believe it or not. Here yesterday, Rob Wiedoff, who does the voice of John Marston on the Red Dead games, was doing a Instagram autograph session. So I plunked my money down, and I got a shout out. So
Nice.
yeah, made my weekend. So and then last weekend, Arthur Morgan, or gosh, I know I was gonna forget his name, Roger Clark, who does his voice, of course, he had an autograph session on Instagram, and I got one of those as well. So look
So
for
what-
some interesting stuff coming to the Hermit Cave.
What I'm hearing is you are stalking Red Dead Redemption actors.
Yeah, well, you know, we all gotta have a hobby.
So
No, really.
you'll have to
I
send me a
just,
clip of these so I can put them on my soundboard.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. I'll do that. Well, I can find the one for Rob Wiedoff, but I never caught the one for the for Roger Clark. I tried, but he was talking to somebody else at the time, so I'm guessing that's probably when he signed mine. So, but anyway, I'll have pictures when they show up, because I'm gonna get them framed in the whole 9 yards. So
Oh, didn't he do an
Okay.
audio thing? I thought it was an audio shout out he did.
he did.
Oh,
but,
right, okay.
I didn't get the one for Arthur Morgan, but that's okay. You know, he still signed it, and it'll show up here soon. So. I don't know. I kind of felt silly doing it in a way, but then I thought I'm never going to a convention probably anytime soon. So I figured this is an early birthday present for me. So I'll take it. And it was cool. Like I said, I never thought I'd hear, John Marston say my name. So, hey. Anyway.
Fair play. I don't think any of us ever thought John Marston would be saying any of our names.
Right,
Is he
anybody else?
Hold on. Spoilers. Is he not dead?
Well.
Gray area.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, depending upon when you're playing the game, right?
This is true, yeah. Yeah.
He's alive for pretty much most of it, isn't he?
You know, depending upon where you watch Star Wars, you know, Darth Vader's alive or he's dead. Spoiler. All right, Kim. Now let's talk about the real interesting thing. You overheated your Fitbit.
I did.
Hot
well,
stuff.
I didn't, but well,
How did you
the
manage
battery
this?
did. Well, apparently there's an issue with the batteries for some Fitbits, and and anyway, I plugged it in to charge it, and it overheated. So they're sending me another one.
Okay.
So for now, I have my little cheap, the Flex 2 or whatever the heck it is. I missed the one with the sensor and all that, but I'm surviving. So yeah, I almost went with a smartwatch, but I talked myself out of it. I like the Fitbit app, so
I like our little sort of infrastructure there.
yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, if I do upgrade, I'll probably get like the Charge 4, or maybe the Versa 2 or something like that. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with my Charge 3, so I stuck with it. But the good news is I got a hold of customer support, told them what happened, and they're like, okay, fine, send us the dead one back, and we'll send you another one. Works for me.
That
So
works.
yeah.
That absolutely works. Speaking of being overheated, Pete.
Dead
Pete.
Redemption?
No, Pete. Let's talk about gardening flowers.
Flowers?
Or flowers.
Fleur.
Okay, well,
flowers.
Well, outside work, because I've been working 5 or 6 days a week. And,
We don't care. We don't care.
Been doing all that. I've been working stupid hours, like.
Again, Pete, we don't care how many hours you've been working. You've been ignoring us. That's been
up.
Terrible.
Fancy disturbing me. Right. So I've been working. It's just been a pain in the ass. My wedding's been postponed, so that's pretty shit. I've had a new phone.
Oh,
Dear God,
what phone did you get?
Oh, what's going on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you stick with iPhone or did you go Android?
Well, this is it. You see, I was going to get a new iPhone, and Michelle's been going on and on and on and on about Android.
Yeah.
And
Please.
I've got Android.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it though. I'm not happy. Yeah, iPhone.
Greg,
I really
look at the
love it.
stream.
I've got is it this iCloud? I love it. I think it's great. You can store all your documents.
Yeah.
And
You can do it on, yeah.
There's this thing called Google Docs that we use, Pete.
No, oh God, no. I've tried to.
This is the way this show is going to go.
Yeah.
You try transferring anything from iPhone to Android.
Well,
I
got a Huawei, and it had an app on it called Phone Clone, and you could download it on the iPhone as well, and it copied everything over, all my email accounts, everything, and it would piss easy.
On the Samsung, and vice versa, going back the other way.
You're an amateur,
okay
Pete.
when you're coming back from the mark.
So
yes, with the Samsung, there is software for it.
All right, children, one at a time. One at a time, Pete.
Fucking Android.
Continue to talk about your flowers.
Right. So I've got a Huawei as well, Mark.
Have you?
P30. Yeah.
I got a P30.
I've got a. Well, I didn't like that. The old. Is it you haven't got an earphone socket, have you? And I really like
It's for the Pro hasn't got the earphone socket.
Yeah. So I went with the Lite, which has.
Yeah.
So yes, I brought a China product.
I like it, mate.
It's all right. It's just that my WhatsApp didn't swap over, so I sent Greg.
Oh, mine did.
I sent. All right, gloat. just carry on.
Phone clone. Go. Sorry. Go.
All right. Yeah. God, I can see you sniggering, laughing. I've missed you a lot. So my WhatsApp thing hasn't gone over. I sent Greg like a screenshot of my WhatsApp, and I've got about 600 unread messages. So before, when Robin announced that it's best to probably get in touch with us if you want to talk to anyone, don't get in touch with me because your messages are probably in the bin somewhere. And yeah, so that's been a nightmare. I'm not happy about it yet. Maybe I'll get used to it. Who knows? I've been shopping for the old folks still in the family because they can't leave home.
Good man,
Yeah, so my uncle, and sorry, 2 uncles actually, and my mum and dad. I've been helping them. I've been taking some pictures as everything's been deserted, like McDonald's and all that. It's just weird to see all of these places just completely deserted. So I've been taking some of my own little cool pics. There's some great graffiti art as well that I've seen, like paying homage to NHS and stuff. So I've took some pictures of that as well. As out to work as well, I've been gardening. I've been growing some flowers. We started
Flowers?
flowers. We've growing some sunflowers to start off with, and I've started on I've gone on this mission, like growing loads of other flowers now. And we had about 42 sunflowers, and we put them outside on the last clapping night on the Thursday night, and spreading the love and giving them away. So that was all we was doing.
Spread the clap.
Yeah. I just had to. There was just we had to get rid of them. We was just completely overgrown with sunflowers, and we can't plant 42 of them in the yard. So, yeah, that's it really. I've not played any computer games, so.
All right. Okay. Good to have you on the show, Pete. The video game podcast. Yeah.
I know. Well,
It's okay, Pete. It's okay. We all have moments where we don't play games, where we are caught up with life.
yeah.
You have been playing the game of life, so it's okay. It's okay. We welcome your baldness back.
Oh yeah, I've shaved my head.
Yes, there's that.
That was
sick. I didn't notice.
That was the scaping. I wasn't on about my bush. No,
Keep going, Pete.
Kim's gone.
Kim is totally gone. I mean, and strangely, I'm wanting to ask now: does he go with the Brazilian, or does he?
Either Kim's gone or Chris Hemsworth's down there.
Let's just say it's a well-trimmed golden fleece.
Oh, I think I'm gonna throw up.
Anyway.
Yeah. Let's move on.
I can just imagine you have to put that like nappy rash cream on you, because it would be like, oh goodness, it all coming back and be all rough, and like nappy rash with you, like we pink, oh my white milky skin and ginger coming back. My God, it's unthinkable. Your poor fiance.
Robin's part ginger as well.
Yeah.
Your poor, yes.
He's experienced all of this.
Yes.
Your poor fiance. Once I shaved my chest, because it was the whole thing, shave the chest, get rid of all my hair. Unfortunately, I look like some sort of baby cartoon thing with these. It was terrible.
Well, Robin, why don't we just transition right on over to you?
Okay, so all right, let's be sensible about this.
Sure.
I ordered a Google device. Mark,
Yes, you did.
arrived and it's up, and I got I have the Nest thermostats, so we've said before. So I ordered the first of my Google outside cameras.
Right. Okay.
And I put it up, and I've shared it. And you have to sort of transfer it over to. Jesus Christ Almighty! It's like podcasting, freaking teenagers. Anyway, it's up. Sort of shows up the drive in the back of the house, just in a temporary position, because I'm going to add a couple more, because these things are brilliant.
Yeah,
it's a
they're
Google
also
Plus
brilliantly expensive as well, aren't they?
outside. It works with the Nest. Now there is a charge set up for, and I think it's about 3 or 4 quid.
It used to be, yeah, but I was on the Nest Aware where it was on for the doorbell. It was £4 a month for 5 days cloud storage, which wasn't too bad. But now they've changed it. I got an email saying for £5 a month I can have 30 days. So I'm on that now. So for £5 you get a month's worth of cloud storage.
So I can set it up. It notifies me almost too much. But for a person.
Yeah.
For motion.
Yeah.
For sound.
Yeah.
And talking.
Yeah, and also it's got facial recognition, so if you tell it a certain face is a certain person, I'll get an alert on my phone saying it's recognised so-and-so.
Joe Biden has the right to that.
Yeah, it's really good. Do you know when you set the zones up, does yours detect outside the zone anyway? Because mine does. It's annoying.
done that
Yeah.
yet, but I'm gonna tomorrow.
If you suss it out, let me know.
I'm gonna order up 2 more. So, but I'm gonna have 1 more a month because they are expensive. And yes, I am gonna add 3 because we live out in the sticks. It just is nice to have, and it's very interesting. You know, the things that it picks up, like at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's picking up an insect or a little spider climbing down the lens. So you get up in the morning and there's a set of notifications there for things that have appeared in the night, which is interesting. So it's very, very cool.
Please tell me you're going to put one of those in the chicken coop.
You just sees a fox come in and there's feathers and blood everywhere and splats on the camera.
And what you realise, that's actually where the idea sort of came from. That when we were having fox trouble, wouldn't it be nice? And I was pulling out. I had it's called a dog. What, Smart Dog or Dog Smart? It was from China. A camera that I bought a while back, and it had nighttime stuff. And then I started to look at it and went, I'll do this properly. So I'm going to have maybe 3 of these things up, and very good, very, very good, very, very like. I am drinking some new rum tonight. I am drinking Dead Man's Fingers. Now, Dead Man's Fingers, I bought it through Amazon, but it's Jamaican rum that comes from Cornwall. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I have to say it's okay. It's a spiced rum. It's going to be a very, very hard to beat your Bumbu, Dan. Dan is in the chat. The Bumbu is the best rum that I've ever tried. It's just like honey. This is good, but it's nowhere near like the Bumbu. So yeah. Dead Man's Fingers.
How's it compared price-wise?
This is cheap. It's half the price of the
Right,
Bumbu.
okay.
Well,
There's
that.
there's that. Yeah.
But can you actually have Jamaican rum not from Jamaica?
Well,
Yeah, that
it's
one's
in the-
come from Cornwall.
Yeah, it's in the spirit of Jamaican rum. There you go.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe it's a Jamaican fella that he came and he made it.
They're Jamaican something.
I was just like, is it like champagne, right? Champagne only comes from Champagne, France. Everything else is sparkling wine, supposedly.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah, that's why it's called
Absolutely.
Brut and Carver and that, innit? Because they're not
Okay,
allowed
well-
to call it champagne because it's not from France.
Right.
Phil is saying they sell it in supermarkets for £20 a bottle. Bumbu. Are you talking about Bumbu or Dead Man's Fingers? Dead Man's Fingers from Amazon cost me $15.99, I think it was, or $14.99 delivered. So I thought that was worth a punt. Where the Bumbu was about 40 quid, I think, 35 quid, something like that. Anyway.
I have to admit, I've never thought about ordering alcohol from Amazon. And I feel like a light bulb right now, Robin. You are opening my world.
I don't
Yeah.
think we can though over here because I've tried it before and they won't let me. So
Yeah, but you've got a
Cross-
reputation, Kim.
All right.
yeah, I know. Imagine if I could get booze off Amazon. I'm telling you.
Or
dream is
Fireball
dead.
Whiskies put a stop on all your alcohol purchases.
Yeah.
The dream
You
is
have to-
dead.
I know.
You're
Same here.
documentary which was Smokey and the Bandit, where they took quarters of beer across state lines with crime. Okay. I have been exercising. I am feeling good. I have lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks or 4 weeks now. I am out every morning on my cross trainer. I can't run anymore. And I do my weights and my press ups and my sit ups, and it's a great way to start the day. Really, really enjoying it. I still have a lot of weight. Not that I'm really, really big, but I
have a goal
know where
weight that you're shooting for. Yeah.
yeah, I know where I want to be, but I can feel it here. I mean, I can feel myself up here being better shape, and I feel better about myself, and it's good.
That's the most important thing. At the end of the day, exercising, feeling better about yourself, that is perfect.
And I'm be able to get into thongs that I haven't been able to get into. It's nearly 2 years now, and shorts that I can get on, and my Daisy Dukes I can get on today. It's fantastic. I'll show you those now. Hold on. No.
Oh, damn.
Anyway, part of the problem that I've had over the last while about my exercise regime is my feet, especially at foot. My pads of my feet have been very, very sore, and I've been trying to exercise them. And anyway, it's got so bad over the last week or so, Judith, I kind of gave in and went to the doctors. Now I kind of done the research I've done. That was like it's called a plantar fasciitis. I don't know. It's an exercise.
Yeah.
And that's what the doctor thinks I had and what I thought I had, but there are other things that it could be. Anyway, I do have another little I was in Edinburgh and I fell down the stairs as drunk as a fucking skunk many, many years ago. And I rolled over on my left foot, and I think I probably broke a little bone in it. I never went. I hopped around on a crutch for a few weeks, but I never got it x-rayed or sorted. And I think there's a tiny little bit of bone or something in there floating around, and every now and again it's really sore. So the two things have added up to be big pain. Yeah. So the doctor sorted me out with an x-ray, and I'm going to have an x-ray on Thursday, and I got some of these pressure socky things. I'm continuing to walk, and I mean I walk a lot. Kim, you know that from my Fitbit. Stuff, and these compression little sock things have helped me continue to exercise. The treadmill's out, and I think running is out for a foreseeable future. So the elliptical or the cross trainer is where I'm at, and I do outside 30 minutes in there every morning, watching some. I think I'm on. What am I on at the moment?
Porn.
Beverly Hills Cop, that sort of stuff. Yeah. No, yeah. So yeah, like it's a pain in the butt. But the problem with it is I can walk around fine most of the time, but if I if I get up from here now, it just gets really, really sore, like unbelievable pain. But when I start to move, it's like a cold start engine. As it gets warmer, it gets easier to walk, and just unbelievable pain. Or if I sit around too long, so yeah. Anyway, last couple of things. I have just about finished a book that is not my normal sort of book.
Okay.
And I'm treading on thin ice. It's by Nikki Haley, and it's a book about her time as the ambassador to the UN and working out of the White House. She was the governor of Virginia. She is of Indian ethnicity, but born in America and raised here. Her mom and dad came over from India as migrants, and she's a hell of a woman.
Yeah, so Nikki Haley is one of my favorite. I will say younger politicians, and I don't mean to say that she's young in that regard, but I mean she is new to the scene. I think she has just a tremendous upside for the Republican Party and the conservative side.
You know what? I would be very happy to see her as a presidential candidate next time.
Agreed.
Time after next. So definitely fantastic. Very, very interesting, very insightful into the real workings of the things that happened in Charlotte and the things that happened in about Kim Jong-un and the way that things are twisted and turned. And if you listen to her, she comes across as a very straight country girl, honest bullshit. And when Dawn was giving her crap, she stood up to him when other people didn't. And the twistedness of that whole inner circle at the beginning and how it's got so much better now. So anyway, very, very interesting read if you're interested in the inner workings of the UN and that stuff around that. Very, very, very good listen. And the last thing just want to say is so excited with the launch from Florida over the last few days, and we watched again. Joshua's been glued to the TV today watching the Dragon capsule connecting to the ISS. I gotta say that it was connected for maybe 2 or 3 hours before they opened the bloody doors. Kim, I'm going to be slightly sexist here. It's like my wife when we were getting ready to go out. The car is ready. You're ready to go. I'm ready to go. They're standing at the door waiting for me, people to come in. But and she knows what time it is, but it takes an extra 2 or 3 hours to fiddle with this and fiddle with that and fiddle with that. For fuck's sake, open the bloody door and get in. Anyway, fantastic technology. Lovely to see humans launching from America once again, and flawless flight. Fantastic, and such a sexy looking inside of a capsule with space for around. So well done, Elon Musk. Thank you very much at real Donald Trump, at NASA, at all those people that have got behind this and threw money at it and energy again, and boots on the moon. If you're watching the
I want.
new, what is it? The new thing, Space Force. The new
Space Force.
TV.
Yeah.
New TV mockumentary, funny thing that pokes and jabs
Right.
fun at everybody. So yeah, I can't wait for Boots on the Moon. So well done, thoroughly exciting. Back to my childhood, and I'm so excited that my two boys are excited by this as well, and all into it. Because I remember those first launch for me when we missed the excitement of Apollo. We were too young, really, to even 69. I know.
I wasn't even born.
Yeah, well,
Robin was backstage during the faking of moon landing.
Yeah. So, but for us, Greg, I can say probably. I mean, you probably watched the first space shuttle launch.
Yep, I did.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
without a doubt.
And I mean, I watched pretty much all of the major ones. I watched sadly the two that ended terribly, and that had a profound effect on me. I actually think I have the newspapers of the day of that first failure. So it's lovely to see the next generation getting excited about exploration and space and the moon and onto Mars and further afield. So
Yeah, I think it's important we get back into space exploration. So this is exciting. And this was historic. You're talking about Elon Musk. This is the first time in the history of our space program we've ever had private industry actually funding a space mission that's being backed by our government, as opposed to it being a government-backed program. So that's been exciting to see, because I think that's going to really open the doors for a lot more things.
Yeah, and more importantly for me, Greg, and for us, is, although I'm not American, I might as well be. Although I'm not American, it's the sort of thing that you wouldn't think it watching the news today, but an event like this here is the sort of thing that brings everyone together, because it doesn't matter if you're black, white, yellow, green, whatever. It's an event by humans, which is fabulous.
In fairness, if you are green, you may not be thrilled about this. You may not want humans coming out into space if you're green.
Not this year, as Nicole said earlier on today. No, this is not the year for that. So
yeah, but one other thing I want to point out with SpaceX before we jump off and talk to Mark, it was one of the most awesome parts of that launch is the stage 2 rocket when it gets dispelled from the it
I love that. Yeah.
Using rockets.
Yeah,
that is future science fiction stuff that I never thought we would be seeing.
The number of launches they've had, the percentage of landings is really high. They've had a few where it's toppled over and blown up, but more times than not, they are successful in landing it. And they don't just land it in a massive open area. They land it on a little fucking tiny drone ship in the ocean, which is moving all the time. It's just absolutely amazing.
But the best thing about the drone ship is what
the name. Yeah, the name. Yeah,
it's called "Of Course I Still Love You."
Yeah, there's a few different ones. Yeah. It's amazing what we can do.
But again, it's a drone, flown rocket, staged of rocket that's coming back down, landing on a drone-controlled ship. That's the future.
Do you know what the launch site that they've named? I know it's the official site, the launch site, which is 39A, which I've been to. I'm really chuffed that I've been to that launch site and stood below the ramp. Right. I wasn't right up at it, but down below. The launch site they've named as just read the instructions.
Just read the instructions. I'm sure at some point we're going to have something called "Have you turned the power on?" Mark, speaking of turning the power on, how is things with the phone?
Right, so my weekly phone update is I'm still loving it. It's still great. No problems at all. The battery's lasting 2 days at least. I absolutely love it. So,
all right.
The camera's good on it as well, Mark.
The camera is superb. I think the light is not as good as the normal P30. The Pro's even better, but I think on mine it's a 40 megapixel camera. It is just out of this world. It's Elon Musk level.
Again.
Yeah.
The light is still good. I think I've took better pictures with that than I have with like some of the cameras I've had.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool.
All right. Well, I love hearing that you're still enjoying your phone, Mark.
Yeah, still love it.
I think, yeah, Robin's showing off his ancient Apple phone. Thanks, Robin. So I'm going to take us from the future back to the Stone Age.
Oh boy.
So this past week, one of the things that my wife and I have been doing, we have been painting rocks. So putting basically different images on rocks and then hiding them throughout the community.
Yeah, they're doing that over here.
Yeah. There's a Facebook group called Lincoln Cali Rocks. And basically, you've got a bunch of different people that they'll put positive messaging on the rocks or just, cartoon characters, paint them up and then you hide them out there. And then as you're going for your walk out with your family during kind of this time where it's about all you can do outside in most places, you come across these rocks, you find them, you can either keep it or re-hide it. But we encourage people to post onto the Facebook group and share the rocks that they found. It's just a really cool family activity and something that people in Bellamina would really benefit from to get rid of their negativity.
Window. It's not even rocks throwing it. Fuck you, yeah, fucking cunt.
No, but so that's actually been something fun, and for us, actually, it's been kind of a date night thing too. So we've been having like a bottle of wine, painting rocks, just enjoying our time together, and then we go out on a walk.
Oh, dear Greg, you need to work on it. You did.
No.
You really need to work on it.
At the moment, I can't. I will, however, in June be going to see my nephew. He's going to be doing a comedy gig up here.
Hey, Judith, love.
For audio listeners, Robin is lifting his legs up and shoving his genital area to the camera.
Yeah. I've seen things I don't want to ever see again.
Mike, do not broadcast that video.
Yeah. Anyway, no. So my nephew is going to be playing at a local bar here called the Pink Martini. They do comedy club nights, and so he has been testing out the comedy club scene. He's been emceeing comedy shows, that kind of thing. So excited to see his new gig.
If he starts painting rocks as part of his act,
it's comedy gold, Robin. It's comedy gold. You already proved that. All right. Let us move forward. Let's talk video games. I think that's what everybody wants to hear about. They don't want to hear about painting rocks. They want to hear about games.
Today I feel like playing computer games. Today I feel like playing computer games.
Now that sound effect means, Kim, you are up first to talk about everything we can get for free that we already paid for.
Oh boy. Alrighty, let me get down to that part because I was slacking a little bit.
Slacker.
I know. Alright, your games with gold for June are...
Say it properly.
Shantae.
No, say it properly.
Shantae.
Oh, no. There's something missing. Something is missing right now from Kim's picture. Okay?
Oh, yes. No.
Yeah.
We were
So
gonna
from behind you right now, it's missing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So where is it? Are you sitting on it?
No.
That's why she was like this early.
Wouldn't that be awkward? No, they're over here.
Maybe we
Terrible.
should start this out properly, Kim.
All right. Here we go. We have
Is that
I think
June's?
it's Dale and Finn. That is yes, that's June.
Which one's Dale?
So-
Which one's Vin?
Your guess is as good as mine. I have
Doesn't
no
matter, they're both hung like a horse.
Ba-dum-bum. Anyway, and we have Businessman Geralt for June.
That looks so wrong.
Yeah, that really does not look proper at all.
No,
It looks like one of the characters on my GTRP server.
But that's also strange and weird. But anyway, we have yeah, Mark and his $400 gardening service. Yeah, we know what he's doing. His name's Garden. But anyway, anyway, your games with gold for June. Now that we've talked about the calendars and things, We have Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, which is available June 1st to the 30th. Coffee Talk, which sounds like it should be an SNL skit, but whatever. It's available June 16th to July 15th. Destroy All Humans, available the 1st of June to the 15th. And Sinmora, available June 16th to the 30th. And you can also still pick up Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr, which is still good till June 15th. So we will scroll down to your PlayStation Plus games. We have Call of Duty World War II and Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Not bad.
Not
No,
bad.
not at all.
Bit better than
It's
that
just not
fucking
farming
shite on the
killer.
Xbox.
You can't
your
have
Twitch-
everything, boy.
No.
For your Twitch Prime games for June, we have Forsaken Remastered, Observer, Project Warlock, Steel Rats, The Flame and the Flood, really, Dream Daddy, a start date to be... Okay, I think that's the weird like dad dating simulator.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I've heard Observer's supposed to be quite good. That's like set in. It's like a
And,
spooky thing, isn't it? Set in space, I think.
yeah, I think so. And was The Flame and the Flood has been on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
That's-
I think Greg picked it up, didn't you, Greg?
Yes, I
think
did.
so.
Just waiting for Kim to get to the next part.
Yeah, I was looking at the next part, which caused me to pause. God.
As it should.
Lord have mercy. All right, and your Stadia Pro games for June are The Elder Scrolls Online, which will be on June 16th, Super Hot, Panzer Dragoon Remake. I just don't know about you guys, honestly. I'm gonna say that's supposed to be Get Packed, not the other thing. If I'm wrong, well, I'm wrong. I'm not saying that. Little Nightmares and Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. So,
You missed one out, Kim.
For Stadia Pro.
Can we just talk about Stadia Pro's offering?
Yeah,
here
6
real quick?
games. Yeah. Is that to make up
6
for
games?
PUBG being so shit?
Yeah, no, 6 games that absolutely at this point nobody gives a fuck about.
not really, no.
Honestly,
Well, like, not Power Rangers, anyhow.
I mean, Super Hot is good, but
Yeah.
I mean, anybody who wanted Super Hot had it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Plus, but Super Hot also needs to be super tight.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't need to be sloppy.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
get your crack packed. Sounds like a good game.
I know that actually sounds better than Get Packed. Although Get Packed, disturbingly gay. Just saying that title.
Yeah, well, they're both bad, so,
On
you
the
know,
heels
kind
of
of
the
a
calendar
catch
stuff.
there. You know, God, you guys, I don't know.
Okay.
All right, Kim, real fast. Can we give a shout out to the chat real fast? We've had a few
sure,
people in there. Would love to give some mentions.
Of course. Hardly Dan, Lord of the Manor, Filthy, Rain God Zippo, maybe Simon, and James Bevan. So, howdy, y'all.
Yep. Cheers to everybody in the chat. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. All right. We're going to talk about the games we've been playing. We're going to dive into that. I think the game I would like to be discussed, and Kim, I'm going to have you lead the way on this, is Minecraft Dungeons. I know multiple people have played this game, so let's talk about it. Why don't you start, Kim? What did you think?
Alrighty. Believe it or not, and I can't believe I'm saying this, because y'all know how I feel about Minecraft. I don't like it. It puts me to sleep. It's boring, you know, yada yada. I actually like this. I enjoy it very much. So, I mean, surprise. Because, I mean, it is RPG-like. There's loot. You know, it's Diablo, only Minecraft. So, yeah. I mean, it's really cool, and I hate to admit it, but I'm, like, on the super easy mode, and I just got done with the swamp.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, that place kicked my ass.
Yeah.
Like, the end boss thing,
Yep.
the super cauldron or whatever it was,
Yeah.
kicked my ass.
Yeah, I died once on that one. Yeah.
I just want to point out.
There's a little wooden hut about. If you're looking at clock, about 2 o'clock, you could hide behind that until your heal thing replenished. I just kept hiding behind there, then running out, hitting it, and running back. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's neat. I'm kind of surprised I'm saying that. I hated Minecraft, but this is fun. I'm actually kind of waiting to play with y'all at one of these times. So
Tonight. Okay, so if you don't know what it is, it's an isometric dungeon crawler like Diablo. But it's Diablo Light. It's got about a 7 or 8 on most of the review scores. Maybe. Yeah, but I think even by itself, it plays really well. There's
It
lots
does.
of there's lots of the the villagers. If you remember if you played Minecraft, there are little villagers, and they've kind of turned
Villagers.
into
Yes.
they've turned into sort of the baddies or the illagers. If you've seen Joe Biden with his black mask on the other day, they remind me of that. Little Joe Biden's coming at me. So again, you've got lots of upgrades. You can, again, a bit like Minecraft itself, where you can put enchantment on your sword and all your other bits and pieces. You can do the same thing here. But again, in Diablo-esque, you pick up lots of treasure. There's stores. There's lots and lots of different stuff that way. One of the lovely things, I played through the first level by myself, and then I dropped in with oh goodness, Luis Raimondo, yeah?
Yeah, TQ.
Lewis?
To knock TQ. That's his PlayStation 1.
That's not right. Yeah, Gaming Friends or Gaming blah, blah. Anyway, I
thought it was playing skills on Xbox.
Playing skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing skills. Yeah.
Somebody.
So he was playing away, and I just dropped in on his game, just as easy as Diablo. Really, really simple to drop in and then jump in and help with other people, and yeah, lovely. It's very, very sweet. I don't think it maybe deserves the 7 that it's got, because I think it's a very good introduction to Diablo style games. So I can't wait to play it with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mark.
What? Sorry. I'm trying to find my enchantment.
Yes.
I'm trying to find my enchantment thing. Yeah, I really like it. Yeah, I like this type of games anyway, like your Torchlights and Diablos and everything. So yeah, this is right up my alley anyway. And I've played this. You ready for this, Robin? I've played this on my Android phone via console streaming. I've been sat downstairs. I've bought a little doofery what goes around my Xbox controller, and then it holds my phone. So when I can like hold the pad and have the phone right in front of me. And I was playing Minecraft Dungeons last night whilst Jenny was watching some crap on TV. Worked flawlessly, really good. And even despite the small screen, you could still make everything out, and it sounded really good coming through the headphones. Yeah, and then I played a bit more on my console later on. Yeah, just really enjoyed it. Yeah,
Mark, can I suggest that here on that you
don't mention the phone.
In the room with Jenny, you should actually be in the room with Jenny.
No.
Okay. Don't be sitting there playing Minecraft.
Well, she's watching like all these medical
I know,
shit on
yeah,
TV.
You could be there. You
I'll
could
fall
be
asleep
there.
if.
Be there. Don't touch the Android thing. Be there.
Okay.
Has she heard your description of the TV that she watches?
Oh fuck no, she'd kill me.
Okay, just double check.
She may be 5 foot tall, but she'll beat the shit out of me.
Maybe go into the kitchen, pretend to make a cup of tea, and then just strip off and run past her and just random, just to get her up every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't done them TikTok videos yet, Robin, where they're walking naked.
All right, my TikTok videos are all just original content. Thank you. I have, believe it or not, I have almost 4,000 followers.
Yeah. So the game, getting back to the game. So I've done a few of the enchantments, which I can't find my soundbite for. But then I found a better weapon, and I've changed to that. But all my enchantments are on this other weapon, which is no good. You can't remove them, can you? You can't take the enchantments off the waist, and you don't come across enchantments easily enough, do you? Is it when you level up or something?
Yeah, you level up.
Yeah. So I found that a bit disappointing. I was hoping it was going to be like your Diablos and your what's the one where you can take like runestones off and put them onto another weapon.
Right.
There's always, you're never that far away from new loot.
But I like all the enemies. All the enemies, obviously. If you like Minecraft, they're all familiar. I've just come across in the swampy area, which Kim will know now, the little Diddy zombie dudes, the fast little bastards, as Nicole called them, ankle biters. They are little twats. But yeah, they don't take much killing anyway. Luckily, if you've got a pretty decent sword, one hit'll knock them out. Yeah, I really like it. Really good. I've just got the achievement for getting 1,000 emeralds, which is cool. And you can spend emeralds at the blacksmith for getting gear and stuff. Yeah.
Emeralds?
Yeah, not that far into it, but I'm really liking it. But another 2 games have taking most of my time up. That's why I've not got far.
Mark,
Yep.
special information for you.
Okay.
Harley Dan of the Dan clan. He says you get them back when you salvage the weapon. So it's like when you get rid of your.
I have
you
salvaged them
salvage
because
the
when you salvage them, you get emeralds. But I didn't know you got the enchantments
emeralds?
back.
You get emeralds.
Emeralds.
Well, are they green?
Emeralds. What's wrong with emeralds? It's better than
Like
film or
emeralds?
fleur. But I've not noticed you get your enchantment back.
Like
Yeah,
emeralds.
but yeah,
Alright.
I get them green stony things. Yeah,
I'm the only guy in the village.
I get the green stony diamond things. I'm not saying what they are
Alright,
anymore.
so Minecraft
Emeralds.
Diablo Light experience. Worth playing. Robin, let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Golf
What's
with
that?
friends. Golf with
Oh
friends.
yes, I forgot about this.
I've played this. I've only played this once, and earlier on you mentioned the gingerbread room and all that there. But we golfers with friends is this fun golf thing that we played after the show last week.
Yes.
It's on Game Pass. It's a crazy golf game, as we would call it here. I don't know what Americans call it. They call it something
Miniature
different. Miniature. We call it crazy golf. And we all dropped in. Everybody goes at the same time, and you have to, you don't bump into each other, but you've got a time limit of a minute or 2 minutes to complete a hole. The holes are crazy. We were playing on a map that Greg chose, which was Candyland.
Yes.
Like there was gingerbread houses there. I thought of Pete.
Yes.
You
longingly thought of Pete.
It was crazy fun. We played 9 or 18 holes, and it came down to the wire, and I won.
No, you
Really,
didn't.
I was.
I will point out.
Greg
right
should have
now,
won, but then he had to go
I got
change a
kinda
diaper.
screwed. Yeah. So my son unfortunately had a very dirty diaper, so I went to pause the game. The game does not pause.
Not when you're online, no. Don't you know these things already? How long have you been gaming?
Well,
you can't pause online games.
Nuker it pauses, so I
Does it?
figured it would.
All right.
Yeah. I especially when it has a time limit. Usually games will allow you to pause for X amount of period of time, and then they kind of force you to resume.
Well, even
This
if
just
it
wouldn't pause at all.
Even if it had a
So-
pause, me and Robin would have voted against it, wouldn't we, Robin?
So there's lots of different maps, lots of things. Filthy, the other shiny-headed one, he had been playing this for a while and was really, really enjoying it. And we were going to play Call of Duty, but there was the big update and I hadn't got it. And what do we play? We jumped in last week after the show and we played this, and we laughed, we
did,
giggled with joy. We did. We had fun.
Genuine fun.
Like through the levels.
And it was mainly laughing at other people's misery as well when they miss a
Yes,
shot.
that was 100% true.
And hands up those who got a hole in one. Yeah, just me then.
What's it like playing this game local? Just
I think you can do that. I think you can do that
I
too.
don't know what it's like, but it does have local co-op.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's just going to be a share the controller kind of thing. It might have split screen. I don't know, but it does offer it. So.
And the online thing, I think you can play with up to about 16 people
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah,
With 6 teams,
Yeah.
it sounds like great fun.
There is one thing I don't like about it. Sorry, Robin. The camera view to look around. So at the start when you're teeing off, to look where the flag is, you can't always see the flag, and the camera to move that around is a bit jank to find out where you have to go. Once you figure out where you have to go, it's a bit of fun.
Yeah, but you only have like 10 seconds.
Oh
or
yeah,
something
there's a
to
time limit. Yeah.
exactly look- yeah, so you only have 10 seconds to look at your hole.
You know what? You know what I don't like about this
Remember-
game
What?
is there's no way to pause it because I got screwed again. Can we talk about this now?
No.
I got 28 strokes added to my score. because we couldn't pause the
You
game.
get 28 extra strokes.
Yeah.
I thought the maximum was
I
14.
don't need 28 strokes, gentlemen and ladies.
No, that's what Cindy says.
And as well as a time limit for the camera, there's a time limit for the shot for the hole as well. Yeah, and like Greg says, if you don't make it, then you have maximum strokes. Kim, maximum strokes.
Spend too much time looking at your hole, Greg.
Yeah.
Doing quick urban fine.
What's down there, Kim? Something must be really keeping your attention down there.
And as As we
Oh,
did say
God.
earlier today, due to the coronavirus, please refrain from touching other people's balls. Please remember to wash your hands after touching your own balls. Thank you.
Me and Pete's been playing with our own balls tonight, haven't we, Pete? He'll get into that later.
Wash your balls if you touch them.
Our balls are nice and shiny.
Yes, good fun game to check out.
Yes.
And you have friends. If you don't, play with us. If you see us playing this, definitely jump in and you can share our balls because we have loads of balls. And if you don't have your own balls, balls will be provided.
Yes, 100%. Okay, Pete, I would ask you what you played, but Ginger. So
the final thing that I've been at is I've been back in my cockpit.
I didn't care about that yet. We're gonna come back to you, Robin. Don't worry, I wasn't gonna pass over you. I was gonna give you your day in court, man. Just relax. It's all good. No need to protest. Just calm down.
I want to eat things.
Mark.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mark,
I've just lined Pete's video up now. All right, go on.
please discuss the gloriousness of Snooker 19 against Pete. Because, Pete, you did play a game. Let's face it, you did play one game this week.
Well,
One game
if you read the show notes, it says in brackets Pete to discuss because Pete's only
I
got
know.
one game to talk about, and I've got more than one, so I thought I'd let Pete take the lead on this, and he can tell you who won as well.
All right, Pete, take the lead on this. Let's discuss this, Pete. How did Mark cheat against you? Because I can tell you countless ways he cheated against me.
No, you didn't even have a diaper change when we played snooker.
Well, here's my excuse, right? When I play this game, I play it on pro.
Oh, here we go. I told you, Greg. I told you.
This is how Mark cheats.
I'll play it on pro. And I asked my brother tonight, I said, Mike, if you join up with someone online, do you carry on your aiming difficulty onto whoever's game it is? And my brother was like, no. Whoever sets up the server, so if Mark sets it up tonight and he sets it up on amateur, the aiming difficulty is amateur. And I still had my ass handed to me. But it must be, because I'm just so used to playing pro.
I thought you were going to say you were on pro and now we're on amateur then for a minute.
No.
All right.
So did
I feel even better now.
So the next game that we'll play, I'll put it on pro.
Yeah. I'll practice on pro, yeah.
Mark gets on. But, yeah, but to be fair, Mark's he's a bit random as far as where the white ball finishes, and he's almost playing on a shoestring.
Yeah.
But he gets the balls into the pockets, and
I taught him everything he knows.
Well done. It needs an American to show us how to play snooker.
Sorry, I just noticed Robin's text.
And I've just looked at that as well.
Kim is doing the tank top tonight. So, Pete.
Yeah.
Are you excited to play more snooker?
Well, what I really want to do is
You want to play Greg? Play Greg.
I want to play Alan Wake because I've still got that. And
Does he play snooker? Oh, you mean the game? All right, okay.
Alan Wake's good. You'll enjoy it.
Biscotti purchased that for me and sent it to my house. So I feel really bad that I've not played it. So
It'll make the hairs in the back of your neck stand up. Oh, right.
Pete, I haven't posted it yet.
just like your birthday card, I've not posted that.
Yeah, it were only a month ago.
Alan Wake's really good, Pete. I hope you really enjoy it. Yes, you have to, disconnect from reality here and there, but it's tense. It's not really scary, but it will put you on edge. Honestly, it will. It will.
Does it give you that fright that Resident Evil used to years ago?
It gives you the creep. The creep.
Do you remember at EGX last year when you woke up at about 4 a.m. and I was lying beside you in bed?
I really enjoyed that.
Like I said, Pete, it gives you the creepiness.
I'm so gonna play it.
Oh, you don't know that? Okay. I'm sure there's a photograph I took somewhere. Maybe you
Yeah,
didn't.
I've got it. I've not done anything with it.
Yeah. All right. So from snooker, we will dive into Call of Duty Warzones. I've been playing duos. I spent. Oh God, how long did I spend playing duos last night? Probably from 9:30 until 1 o'clock in the morning with my nephew.
Wow.
Had some great finishes. Came close to winning a couple matches. But I love that they added duos look at those. I don't know what to call those guns ish.
I don't know if it's good enough for Kim.
It's good enough for you. I like the tan. It's good though. You've been getting some sun.
Oh, I've just seen what you're laughing at.
Anyway, so Call of Duty Warzone's duos. This should have been there from the get-go, if you ask me. Battle Royale, 2-man teams. It's kind of, I think, the perfect number for Call of Duty. And just really enjoying this game. I got away from it for a while, back into it. I want to play more now. So
it's a flawless game, isn't it? It's just so...
I don't know about flawless. It's got some quirks to it. I feel like there now has become kind of a you have that gap of skill that's starting to really happen, where the people that are dedicated to play Call of Duty.
Loser.
All right, I'm trying to type a message and I forgot my soundboard wrong.
Yes. So you have the dedicated players that really stand out, the good players. Then you have, when you get the influx of newer players, they're still getting new players in there. But I think we've been coming across more and more just well-versed teams. They have good tactics. And you can always tell when you have two guys, the good teams, they separate out. They try and flank you from different angles, whereas the more junior teams, and this is something I'm guilty of, you try and stick to your partners all the time, and you become a little bit easier to take down because you are open to flank attacks. So
why wouldn't you give it a flawless verdict then?
Well, I think for me, it's the weapons still feel sometimes like. If you haven't unlocked your loadouts to be like kind of maximum, because what happens is in the game you can get a loadout drop, and the loadout drop allows you access to the custom weapons that you have unlocked as you've been playing along, and those can be totally kitted out with really good upgrades.
Yeah.
If you're a newer player, you can still access the loadouts, but you're not going to be accessing these totally ultimate kits. With loaded out weapons, you're going to be getting something that's going to be,
that's making a buzzing, Robin.
Yeah, half as good as say what a player that's level capped out at 155 is going to be able to access. So that's something I would have liked to have seen tweaked. I actually would be happy with getting away from loadouts. So don't give people access to loadouts, but instead maybe just make them ammo drops, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean
that'd be my one gripe.
On the flip side, that would be like, well, do you know what? I need to get into leveling up more just to make sure that my loadouts are better.
Right.
That's how I'd look at it. But I agree with you on the fact that the loadouts should be pulled out of the game altogether, and you should just run with what you've got.
And one thing that just happened because I was looking on screen, it reminded me, the one other thing that I don't like that they changed is in the Gulag now. Before in the Gulag, you always were kind of limited to pistols and maybe shotguns. And now they have opened it up to all weapons. So
I prefer
can be in there with automatic, rifles, submachine guns. It just kind of takes away some, I think, the fun that the Gulag had with when it was pistols. Pistols only.
Last man standing kind of thing.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's Warzone. So let's shift gears. Kim, Forza Street, you're still playing it?
I'm still playing it. I don't know. I'm not playing it like every day, but I fire it up now and again and do the daily challenge sort of thing and whatnot. I mean, it's getting a little boring because now my cars are powerful enough I could do the auto race thing, so I don't actually have to do anything. I hit a button, they do their thing, and then I go on to the next race. So I don't know. I may stick with it a little while longer and see if I can unlock some more achievements, but
so
I mean, it's all right.
And I didn't realize they had an auto race feature. So is it just like once you hit a high enough level, you're just collecting cars?
Yeah,
what is it,
it's like a dice roll, isn't it?
If you're within like 9 power points of the guy you're racing against, they'll give you the option to auto race him. So you hit the auto race button, and I haven't ever lost, so I'm assuming you don't. So I don't know. But
Okay.
if say they're closer in power to what you are, then of course you've got to race them. But if there's a big gap between you and the guy, then yeah, obviously they're gonna let you out to race it. I mean, you can still race him, but I mean, if you're maxed out, there's no fun to it. You're gonna kick his ass off the line, and that's it. So
I find
I
it's
don't know.
alright for like 3 to 5 minutes. Oh, over 5 minutes. I have to
Yeah.
turn it off and leave it for a bit. But like I mentioned last week, it's a good toilet game.
yep,
It's a
pretty
good
much.
toilet game.
Yeah.
If you got like 5 or 10 minutes
Yeah.
to you're twiddling your thumbs, if you're
And-
waiting, somewhere or something, it's good for that. So
And for those achievement hunters, the best thing is it's got achievements, and some of them are quite high numbered achievements. Some are like 50 or 100 points.
Yeah, I got one. I have 15 cars, and I unlocked one last week, and it was
Yeah.
like 100 points.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it's a
No.
good achievement game.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I've been following the story thing, so that's kind of interesting. But I mean, that's about it. So.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Well, let's go from one street racer to another street racer. Robin, I cannot wait to talk to you about your cockpit.
Yeah, it's great. I'm having fun with it. It's really, really fun, and yeah, it's good. And when I get into it, nobody sort of fights with me. I just love it. And when I get in there, I'm just freaking awesome. I'm enjoying it, and it's just what the hell's going on? So yeah, what the hell? Anyway, yes, my cockpit's really good with Project Cars 2. I'm having fun with it, so don't knock it.
I wasn't knocking it. I was genuinely wondering how your cockpit is doing.
So we had some friends over last night for a barbecue, and I showed my friend who's a
You showed your friend your
policeman.
cockpit.
He's a big policeman, and I brought him in here to show my cockpit, and he said, "You're a nerd," and I went, "I know I'm a nerd, but I'm a
Right.
proud nerd," and yeah. So my
Did he
cockpit
come
is
around though?
freaking
Did he like your cockpit?
Yes, he did. Let me show you. Let me show you here. So here is the cockpit. This is it here. I sit in the seat, and I sit up all tight up against here, and I've got a gear lever thing. Knob. It's
Right.
on the correct side, not the American
Got
side.
a knob in your cockpit.
Yeah, and it's comfy. And you've got the pedals down below, and then you have the speakers for the surround sound. These boyos here. Yeah, so there's one at each ear. So you get the sound of the engine behind you, and it's pretty wonderful. It's very, very you get into it in a big way.
Right.
So yeah, love it.
Okay.
There's no way you could ever replicate the joy that I have from that I could with an Android phone.
How long did it take you to erect, Robbie?
My cockpit.
Yeah.
Yes.
It took me a couple of hours. I had to bring out my blue tools.
Yeah.
But once I got the blue tool to wind it up, it went up no time.
Yeah. So you feel very satisfied now that you've erected your cockpit?
Yeah, I use cable ties like Gray's. What is it, Dr. Gray?
Splints.
50 days of Dr. Gray. I use cable ties. They're all
Magic
over
blue pill.
Yes. I'm not using PC, because I'm being serious here. I'm not using it on the PC. I've played Project Cars 2. I am using the Xbox, so it's brilliant. It's very different than the controller when you just fiddle, with the wee,
Right.
the flick, all in the same time.
Hey, I have a question. What is the rumble feedback like? The vibration in your cockpit? What's that like?
At the beginning, I did borrow someone's settings for Project Cars, because at the beginning it was very, very rough. You feel like
I thought you like it, Rough Robin.
it sort of was grinding. You didn't have a lot of control. It didn't feel like a control. It feels like you were being forced into a corner.
Oh no worse than being forced, is Robin.
So I've done a bit of research, and I had a look at people being through this experience and didn't like the way it was reinforced. I don't know, it's so funny. Anyway, It's
Oh.
I hate you all.
and now it's the settings that I got is it's a lot more gentle and it feels a lot more realistic. As I said before, the Logitech G20 that I'm using uses ears.
Okay.
So, and the more expensive Fanatec wheels use a belt drive, and that's a smoother feel. Now, using a belt, I can imagine would be smoother, but these settings have really helped, and it really does. You know, when you're getting into that tight bend, or you're trying, go around Eau Rouge, which goes down and up, and you just come over the peak.
To the belts need lubing up. Oh.
Well, Robin,
You can.
Yeah.
So it's good. I would say if you haven't experienced force feedback, I would suggest.
with your cockpit. Yes. All right. Well, let's transition from talking about your cockpit. Let's talk about Maneater.
Alma Hall and John Oates, they released this song back in 1982. It came from the movie Sing Street. It was "Watch Out, Boy, She'll Chew You Up." Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater. Oh, here she comes.
The worst part is every time I play Maneater, that song is in my
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
But
shit.
no, let's really talk about Maneater at this point. We are gonna move away from the cockpit discussion. Maneater is the newest Shark RPG game. I love this game. I cannot get enough of Maneater. No, seriously, in all seriousness, I picked this up on a whim last week. I was really I had seen them talking about this game. I had seen a lot of people talking about there's some jank to it, and I was like, oh, I don't know, but it looked like fun. And this game is about being a shark. You are, it's a ridiculous tale of revenge. It's Jaws from Jaws' perspective. So you are Jaws.
And it's got quite a sad beginning, hasn't it? It's a bit like Bambi's beginning, isn't it, really?
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah.
But Mark, you and I have been playing quite a bit of this game.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say other than this is the best shark game I've ever played. Not that I've played a lot of shark games, but it captures the feeling of being a shark pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's good.
I love little things like when you open up the shark's jaws, you'll notice his eyes go white. Which is what
nice,
sharks do.
Right.
Yeah, they protect their eyes, they go white. So it's a little nods like that.
Jeez.
It is ridiculous, kind of fun. It is challenging. It's not easy by any stretch. There are bigger, badder enemies out there, if you will. Alligators, in particular, are going to be the bane of your existence early on in the game.
A couple of years ago, Greg, I was swimming in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yes.
I was out about 100 yards, right? Swimming away, had my snorkel, and it was like bath water, and I was there snorkeling away, and this thing bumped into me. And I thought this was a great white, and it wasn't Joe Biden. No, it was no. Sorry, couldn't resist. I actually thought, yeah, God, what the hell is this? And it was a tiny little turtle. But it could have been a shark.
It could have been a shark.
Could have been.
It could have been a
Yeah.
shark.
Could have been a shark.
The controls for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I eat a lot of turtles in this game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, each creature, what you eat, gives you different resources. So the turtles give you like shell crystal things, and certain fish will give you oily type substances, and you need these to like level up and stuff. But I like the controls for it. So to buy, you pull the trigger, but then you have to let go again, and it's like the chopping motion. So to constantly chop, you have to go.
Yep.
Yeah, it's proper baby. Anyway, so and once you've got something in your mouth, you can press another button, and you can swing your tail around, let go at the right time, and he whacks it with his tail. It's really good.
Yep.
Some really cool moves.
It is absolutely fun, and nothing makes me happier than eating humans.
Yeah.
There's something satisfying about taking out a boat, capsizing it and then having them in the water trying to swim away from you, and you just going up and just pulling them down one by one.
You can even jump out the water onto the boat and take them out that way as well.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So if anybody's looking for something different, I highly recommend Maneater. It is a very fun, different kind of game. It's going to be a different experience to what you've been getting from all of the different shooters, third-person action games out there that are, post-apocalyptic worlds that we've been seeing. And bonus, when you play this game, you can do one of two things. You can sing the song Maneater in your head, or Baby Shark do.
Maneater's preferable, I think.
Yes.
The actual animations of him swimming in it, I think they're very, very good how they've done it.
Yeah.
And there's lots of collectibles as well to get.
It is quite literally the best shark simulator you've ever had.
Is this is it when I was off on another land there? Is it on Game Pass, or did you have to buy this?
It is not. It is.
But it's not full price though.
It's
$40. It's a $40 game.
£35 in the UK.
Yeah, so it's a discounted game. I had some Microsoft bucks to be able to kind of throw towards it as well, but I am completely happy with the purchase. It is single player only, so keep that in mind. There's no multiplayer. There's no co-oping. It's going to be you as a shark in the big bad world.
And Scaly Pete, apparently.
And Scaly Pete.
Yeah, I'm going to take that bit off because I don't want to spoil what happens.
Yeah. But anyway, so that was Maneater. Definitely check it out if you want something different.
Okay.
I think I'm trying to look to see if there's anything else we need to mention. Mark, do you want to give us your GTA?
Yes,
update?
please. Yes, please. Right.
Cool.
So,
hold on. Let me put on my GTA glasses here. Hold on. Okay. GTA glasses on.
Proper GTA glasses. Go ahead, Mark.
So yeah. Right. Yeah. Still cracking on with doing the GTA RP. Been logging on just about every night, apart from I think it was Thursday night when I fell asleep. Still enjoying it. Still had very little interaction with other people, apart from yesterday. I had something really interesting happen and quite scary. I was doing my gardening job, Kim, and I travelled all the way up. Yeah, I travelled all the way up to Sandy Shores, which is at the top of the GTA 5 map. So I'm out in the wilderness, in the desert area, and I'm gardening away, and I hear this, "Put your hands up." I thought, what the fuck was that? And someone said, "Put your hands up." And I turn around, and there's a guy there with a ski mask on, with a gun pointing at me. So I have to...
Boinking his wife for you?
You don't say I pressed
Dogging?
X. You have to say you flexed your X muscle. So I pressed X anyway. So I put my hands up, and he went, "Get in my car. Get in my car. I'm gonna rob you." And I thought, oh shit. So I got in the car because you've got to act out like it's fear for life. If you don't,
right,
you got to act as if it was a real life scenario. You wouldn't just sort of like try run up to him and punch him with a gun, would you? You'd do what he says. So you have to be as realistic as you can.
Really depressed or something, or okay, right.
Yeah, I've had enough of this GTA. Shoot me.
Yeah. Just rob me.
So anyway,
all I've pocket is these rocks that I painted earlier on.
So I think this guy might have been fairly new as well, because I got in his car and I literally drove round the back of a building we were at and stopped again, and I thought, that's strange. And then he says, "How much money have you got on you?" I says, "Let me look in my inventory." So I looked in my inventory. I said, "I've only got £300 and one repair kit, which you use to repair your cars if you have an accident." And he went, "Well, how much have you got in your bank?" And then I thought, oh fuck, because I've got I've been doing a lot of gardening, Kim. I've got 60 grand in my bank now because I want to buy an house. And I thought, there's no way I'm telling. Yeah, there's no way I'm telling this fucker I've got 60 grand in my bank. So I says, "Oh, I'm new to the city. I've only got about 2,000 in the bank." And he said, "Right, well, we're going to drive to a cash machine. You're going to draw it out and you're going to give me it." And I thought, oh no. And the nearest ATM bank was back where we were when he fucking stood me up, because I was doing it in the grounds of a bank. So he drove back round the fucking little corner for like 2 seconds, and he says, "Get out." So he jumped out of the car but he left me in the car. Right, and now this was an accident at first. I pressed the wrong button to get out of the car, and I switched seats into the driver's seat. So you know what I did next? I put my fucking foot down and drove like fuck, and he started shooting at me, and I drove off in a car which was smoking, billowing out of it because he was shooting at it, but I got away. Now, in a real life situation, if you're left in a car, the engine's running, you're going to drive off, aren't you? So I did nothing wrong, RP.
Mark, come on now.
So I got away with that.
Mark,
yeah.
2 wrongs don't make a right.
Right, well...
Right, you just stole this guy's car.
I know, but, right, what he did wrong was, in the game, you can buy handcuffs, which are basically zip ties, cable ties, and you can handcuff people. There's a proper animation and everything. He should have handcuffed me before he put me in the car, and then I couldn't have driven off, but he didn't, and he left me in the car alone. I jumped in the driver's seat, and I fucked off, and I got away with that, and my heart was racing. It was quite, because I'm thinking, oh God, all that money, it's taking me a week to earn all that gardening, Kim, all that gigolo gardening, yeah.
Yep.
So that was quite exciting thing what happened for a short while there.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Let me just recap Mark's GTA RPG experience.
Someone
so
tried
far.
to mug me, and I fucked him over.
No. Let's start at the beginning, Mark. I'm going to be a gardener.
No, well, it's only temporary. Well, I've applied for EMS now.
Yeah, but you're still a gardener.
I'm going to be a paramedic. I'm going to be a paramedic because the applications for mechanics
Mark, you are a gardener.
I still think he's a gigolo, but that's just me.
But the gardening job pays $390 per job.
This is why I think he's doing something other than gardening.
I could earn $5,000 an hour.
But again, Mark has signed up to play this game to be a gardener. The most exciting thing that has happened to Mark since becoming a gardener is an attempted robbery of him.
Well, I'm more worried about the guy putting him in his car. I was more worried he was going to try to do something else with poor Mark. Just drop him.
Yeah.
I'm worried that you'll get extradited. Kicked back over the border again.
Yeah. I mean, could you have maybe done the job like a valet service? That could have been exciting.
They do have valets in the server, but the AI people, you don't actually do that. You can do. You can be a lumberjack. You can be a delivery driver. Which in this country there's a delivery company called DPD, and all the vans have got the DPD skins on the vans. It's quite cool. Or Royal Mail vans. And then a lot of the jobs are whitelisted, which you have to apply for. So I'm just waiting back about being a paramedic, because I just need some excitement now. It's getting a bit. I know I've only been on it a week or so,
because
but it's getting a bit mundane now, and I don't like going into the populated areas where all the gangsters are, because they just fucking rob you. And I'm not. Because I know, because I want to be a good two shoes. So I haven't really played much on my second character, Walter Gray. No relation to Walter White. So yeah, he's going to be a bad guy. So I'm gonna.
Why did you apply to be a cop? I hear the police force takes anybody.
Right. Well, I've heard that. No, I won't mention Minnesota. No. Right. So yeah, in this server, the police have a really hard time, like in most police services, especially in America. So yeah, after watching this guy I've been following for a while now on Twitch, it's a lot of shit, and they take it so seriously. Like when you shoot a firearm, you have to fill in a firearm discharge form. Like it's that fucking mental. So it's too much hassle for me, I think. I won't mind doing the paramedic bit though. Or the ultimate goal is to be a mechanic on here, because mechanics have a really cushy job on here. They make loads of money. They're the only ones who can repair cars and tow cars away. You get a cool tow truck with all the flashing lights.
So you want to be yourself in this game?
Yeah, it's sad really, isn't it, when you think about it? Look, this guy's getting robbed on street. But I have influenced someone else to actually buy this game and download the mod and apply to the white.
Well.
I don't know. I could be gardening with my friend. But yeah, Mr. John Mouse has applied to join the server.
All right.
So,
okay. John, happy gardening. Hope you enjoy it.
Me tag teaming.
All right. Let's move forward. Enough of this. Although Kim, actually, real quick, I believe you started playing Gears 4.
Well, Tony did.
Tony
so
did.
I helped.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, and he beat it, the little shit. Can you believe it? Although to be fair, he didn't do any like the collectibles or none of that. He just played straightforward, and yeah. So
Okay.
he started it like Friday afternoon, and by Saturday evening he was done with it and starting Gears 5.
Nice.
All right.
I feel slightly pathetic, you know,
Don't feel pathetic, Kim. Don't feel pathetic.
but I
It
did help
happens.
him. So,
Yes.
You know. But yeah,
helped?
I couldn't believe it. He come out and he's like, I think I just beat it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And he did. So I was telling him about victory achieved, and so we submitted our victory achieved. He was all tickled about it. So
Oh.
yeah.
All right. Well, I think we can wrap up our talk about games and mark porn, and we can move forward. We don't have a quiz. We're trying to think up of a new quiz. It's not that easy.
No, not if you want to do something different instead of just asking basic trivia questions. I want to do something different.
I really thought the strip quiz idea was really, really good.
Well, you should have implemented it, Robin. Take the lead, take the initiative.
Okay.
I really don't want to see that ever.
No, I don't either.
But we can't talk about news. There is a little bit of news. Let's talk about some news.
Here is the fucking news.
All right. In a time where we desperately need some good news, we've got some good news on the horizon. Sony has finally said that they are going to unveil the PlayStation 5 in a more meaningful way. And they have a showcase event now scheduled for June 4th. They'll be showing off the PlayStation 5 games at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Sorry,
In a meaningful
in a
way.
more like here it is, and
I think
here it
they're gonna be
is.
soft.
Well,
Lights
in a
and
meaningful
candles
way,
and,
as in they're
you
going to
know,
be showing us actual games. They're
quiet
not going to be,
music, you know.
yeah, standing behind a podium with a fake audience. They're not going to be just showing us a logo. It's actual gameplay. It's actual games. Although we don't know if it's gameplay. To be fair, we think so. I can't imagine they won't show gameplay.
That's what Xbox
It's gonna
said.
be- yeah, it's going to be an hour long. And according to Jim Ryan, he said the studios, both larger and smaller, those newer and those more established, all have been hard at work developing games that will showcase the potential of the hardware.
Did he
So-
say, "Would you kindly first?
Maybe. Anyway, so hey, June 4th, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. on the Pacific, 9 p.m. on the UK. Go check it out. Sony unveils PlayStation 5 games in a meaningful way.
My friend who works at Sony spent months and months. He was brought in as a consultant to help design the new logo, and he did it. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. He went. This was his presentation here. There it is. And he presented that, and he claimed his $100,000. So good lad.
Yes.
I
Well
salute
done.
you.
Well done. But more news from Sony. More news from Sony. Sony is now requiring devs to basically make future PS4 games compatible with the PlayStation 5. So starting July 13th, any software submitted for approval to the Sony platform and certification has to run on both hardware platforms. So it can't just be PS4 only anymore. It has to be PS4 and PS5 enabled. So I think that can also
For
be...
how long?
I thought that was a given anyway.
No, it actually wasn't.
All right,
Not
because
up
it is on
until-
Xbox, isn't it?
Not necessarily. So
All right.
Xbox...
I thought they
Xbox
said
has-
the Xbox, everything will run on everything.
Yeah, so...
No,
so
no.
Xbox,
For a while.
It's
Yeah.
it's slightly
Yeah, at
different with
launch, yeah.
Xbox. Yeah, Xbox has said everything is basically kind of backwards compatible, or they're bringing everything forward. But there is the caveat. They've said that third-party publishers don't have to make games that are not exclusive to the Series X. They can make games exclusive to the Series X. But everything they make is going to run across all platforms. So that's at least for the foreseeable next couple of years. This Sony is basically saying to third-party devs, you have to make your games run as of July 13th on both platforms. And their platform games coming from Sony, I think you can pretty much count on not running on PlayStation 4 moving forward, and that they will only run on PlayStation 5 once we get to that launch window. That's just my guess. They have not said anything official in that regard, but it seems pretty clear Sony is trying to push the notion of games only being able to run on the PlayStation 5 hardware. So,
yeah, but that kind of makes sense, for a certain amount of time. But you remember how crap it got? I mean, when they brought out the Call of Duty, where the full game was on PS4 and Xbox One, but there was no campaign in the 360 and PS3 versions. It'll be a bit like that eventually, and then no, then it'll stop.
Yeah, I think for the first couple of years, we're going to see a lot of games that really could run on both platforms. They may not be available.
Again, apart from the graphical look, they have to at some point go, if you want to play this game, you have to upgrade your hardware. But it'll be a year or so. But my word,
that's the argument,
in
Robin.
about a year, it'll be PS5.
But PC doesn't do that.
I wonder if that's why
PC doesn't have one button.
I wonder if that's why the new Assassin's Creed game will only run on 30 frames per second, because it has to work on the PS4 and the Xbox One anyway, because it's on the Xbox One. That's where it's got the smart delivery. But I suppose for him to program a different graphical spec to go onto the One X and the PS5, I suppose the size of the game, it might be laziness.
Does Minecraft Dungeons run on the Xbox 360?
No.
We don't know, as they haven't ported it to 360.
Doesn't.
What's your point?
No, we're not on. I'm not on about.
Eventually,
that's forward.
But they will have to make. They will use the games for power.
You're getting mixed up, Robin.
Start to design games to make use of the power of these.
Yeah, you're talking about forward compatibility. I'm on about backward compatibility.
The internet.
No. Robin's breaking up on us. All right. Either way, the important thing to note here is that PlayStation 4 games coming out as of July 13th, if they're being submitted for certification, they will be running for both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, which hopefully means if you buy a PlayStation 4 game, that it will automatically run with, they're going to do that smart delivery kind of thing, if you will. All right. That's I think the takeaway for this moment. Another takeaway we can take is that EA is going to continue to be the exclusive NFL license holder for football, American football, that is. So they reestablished their relationship with the NFL, and they are now locked in through 2026. So all those people that were so excited for this year that this was going to be the end and we were going to see that NFL 2K could come back and it was going to be great, we'd have competition, put that in a bag and bury it for 5 more years. So Madden is going to be your only officially licensed NFL game till 2026. I bet the same thing happens with FIFA.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was.
Yep. Anyway, so that's the news. That is everything that has.
There was a little thing that came out today about Sega.
Well, there's rumors about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's their 60th. Is that correct? It can't be right. It can't be 60 years. Fuck, I'm not old. Not old.
Yeah,
maybe it's 30 years. There's an anniversary. And there's rumors floating around at the moment that Sega will be launching, or is talking about launching, a console, maybe possibly a Dreamcast remake or a Dreamcast 2, and allegedly, possibly, maybe even rumored working with Microsoft on this project. Now, pure rumor. It could be a miniature little machine that has all of their consoles in one box as a thing. That would be doable. I can't imagine them entering the market.
I don't think they're so. Yes, the rumor is Sega has a big announcement coming. That they said it's going to be on a bigger level. I'm trying to remember the exact quote of the rumor, but it was kind of like somebody had made the announcement of it. It's going to be kind of equivalent of these console announcements. Here's my thinking. I don't think they're getting to hardware at all. I think they will dabble in these little, consoles like a Dreamcast Mini or something like that. That could potentially happen. Yeah. I think what also likely could be happening is just like EA Access, just like every other service out there seems to be popping up under the sun, we're going to get a Sega online service where you can subscribe and you'll get every Sega title to be able to play through backwards compatibility. And it might be exclusive to Microsoft right now because of their backwards compatibility. Who knows? Because the rumors are they're trying to tie it to the rumor kind of tries to tie it to Microsoft, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
I think a console would be better with a collection of all of its games, just a little gimmicky thing that you can just buy as opposed to a subscription service, because I think that'll just fall on its butt. But
I agree. I think a Dreamcast Mini, Robin would buy one.
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't. But
jeez, I ordered 3 miniature arcade consoles today.
Yeah.
So like little quarter-sized versions of Galaga, Galaxian, and Dig Dug, and I'll probably buy a few more, and they'll be kind of cool. Remember we seen them at EGX? You remember those? They're quarter-sized things, so I can win.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so that is the news. Robin. Let's talk about movies.
Okay, we didn't have a movie night this Tuesday because life, and it's funny. I know we're not interested in work, and we're not interested in Ginger Balls' work either. But I've just got kind of busy again. Even though I'm still on a racehorse, and I'm doing my furlong. I'm extremely busy at the moment. But if you just keep an eye, So here's the thing. Tomorrow is not a bank holiday in the UK, okay?
Okay.
But it's a bank holiday in the south of Ireland, where my head office is, and they will be off tomorrow. So part of me goes, I should really support them in every way that I can. So if work doesn't get in the way, keep an eye on Twitter and Facebook, and we'll have a silly movie night on Netflix. Party mode. It's great fun. We've done some good fun movies. 10 o'clock UK. It's Netflix party, and we have Discord chat, and we just chat away and we watch silly movies. It's good fun, and we end up always watching the IT Crowd at the moment, which we always eventually get there. But things like Monty Python and 2012 and Outbreak and the Goodfellas and all that manner of thing. Good fun. So keep an eye on Facebook and Twitter and the WhatsApp groups, and join us. So life's starting to get back to normal again, slowly. So we'll see where this goes, because sometimes the mornings are starting earlier again, and it's harder to do it.
Fair enough. Pete. Normally I'd love to hear Kim talk about games coming up, but I thought, you know what, you've been sitting there doing next to nothing a lot of this podcast. So I would love for you to talk about what we can look forward to playing this upcoming week.
Okay, so we've got new releases between May 31st and June 6th, and we've got top of the list Liberated on the Switch, which is out on June 2nd. Little Town Hero, which is on the PS4, June 2nd. Valorant on the PC, nobody cares about that, June 2nd. Awesome P2, now I might get this. PlayStation 4, Xbox One and Switch, and that's June 3rd. Pro Cycling Manager 2020 on the PS4 and Xbox One PC, June 4th. Tour de France 2020, and that's on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and that's out on June 4th. Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics, and that's on the Switch, June 5th. Endurance on the iOS and Android, June 5th. And The Outer Worlds, which is available on the Switch on June the 5th. And that's your list for this week.
Well done, Pete. Well done. Thank you for that. All right. It's right about this time we love to talk about Victory Achieved. Not only because we want to hear my sultry voice singing Victory Achieved song, but because we want to celebrate our community, Robin. We want to celebrate everybody who finishes a game. And there were a ton of people to celebrate this week. I saw all of those announcements hitting right before the show. So let's walk through them, Robin.
Yeah, let me just put my victory achieved glasses on. Okay, so victory achieved. When you finish a game, we want to give you money. To encourage you to finish the game, what you do is you take a photograph of yourself with the credits rolling up behind you, as if it was me. I'd finished something beautiful. It was a great game, and I loved it. I'm so happy about it, and I want to take a photograph with the words of people who spent time playing and fixing and making a game for me. And as I've done this, I should get paid because I'm entitled. I'm a snowflake, and I want you to give me money. Okay? And all you have to do to get money is take a photograph and send it off to @OC_podcast. And the people that did it, they got a shout out on Twitter tonight, and they're getting a shout out tonight. So the people that finished games this week, Kim and Tony finished Gears of War 4. Fantastic. Dave 3 O'Mac, he finished Mafia 2, the definitive edition, and I want to play that too. Colin O'Cars, he finished. It is Assassin's Creed Organs. Hardly Dan, he was playing Baby Shark, and he finished Man-Eater. He was the first to do that. John Mouse, he was on his ass. Creed as well, and he played Assassin's Creed 2, which is arguably the very best Assassin's Creed game ever made.
It was until Odyssey came out.
Exactamundo.
Different type of game. And Danica TQ, he was the first to finish Minecraft Dungeons. So well done. And play the music now that some fella, if you don't know me, yes, that's what happens. You get this.
You all have a victory's achieved. Victory's achieved. You have one. And victory's achieved.
Did I mention?
I've got peaked several times tonight. I'm quite pleased.
Yeah. My parents said. My parents say that Robin, when he has those glasses on, looks like an old Harry Potter.
Oh, it says one. No, it's not. No,
Right.
It would be these ones.
Yep, it's those ones. All right. Thank you for that, Robin.
Hey, harmony. Can I get into your harmony?
No. Mark,
is it old enough?
Mark, let's just play some. Let's just play a little audio clip right about now.
You like us, we like you. See where I'm going with this? Follow us on Twitter @OC_podcast. Check us out on Facebook, fb.ocpod.com, or email us, podcast@ocpod.com. We'd love to hear from you.
That's the sound of the police!
All right,
Mark.
Leave us a review. Hang out with us. Come back next week. We are having a lot of fun tonight. This is what everybody should be experiencing: fun, lighthearted banter. The world, life is too short to be too serious. So enjoy time with us. Come back, hang out. Let's do some shout outs. Let's wrap this show up. Robin, I'll start with you. I don't know why.
I've just seen his shout out. Fucking hell.
Yeah. I'm gonna start off with you first, Robin. Please, by all means.
I want to shout out Painted Rocks. I think they're friggin' awesome. I want to also shout out people in America to catch yourselves on. Love one another. Hugs available here. Come on now, please. Horrible things have happened. Let's be nice to each other. Is not a nice thing to do. That's it. Be good. Be nice, people. Thanks for doing a show. I like doing shows. I like making people laugh. Pick 'em. Yes. People. Kim, your fake tank top.
Well, at least it's not a peeking. Yeah, I'm gonna shout out our shatters one more time, and that's Harley Dan, Lord of the Manor, Filthy, Rain God Zippo. See, I got it right that time. Maybe Simon, James Bevan, Scott Stubby, another TTV viewer, Aiton, and Commander Root. We're all in the chat at some point today, so thanks for that. I'm gonna shout out you guys. It was fun today. I mean, like, really fucking fun. I mean, it usually is, but today was just something else, I tell you. So a shout out to you guys as well. Pete, I'm glad you're back. So, you know, other than that, everybody have a good week. I mean, hopefully it's a good week for everybody. Hopefully the sun keeps shining, and you know, and like Bongo said, if you need to talk, you know where to find me. So.
I didn't say that.
Well, it was paraphrased. Let's put it that way. So, how about you there, Mark?
Yeah, I want to shout out you guys. Shout out to Pete for the game of snooker earlier. Shout out to Robin and Greg for the fun we had on golfing with friends last week after this last week's show. Just shout out to all the chatters because they've been really busy again tonight. Makes us laugh. And just keep staying safe, everyone. And over to Pete.
Cheers, Mark. I'm going to shout out you, Mark, for my absolute thrashing at snooker. I'm going to shout out Beckonays for making my hay fever go away today. that shit is amazing. It's just completely got rid of it just in one day. Thank God for that. I'm going to shout out Ashwood Garden Centre for completely ruining our bank accounts. And that's pretty much about it.
I can do gardening at $390 a go. But...
Yeah, that kind of gardening. He's plowing something, all right.
In fact, I'm gonna thank you guys for being patient with me. I know I've not been completely immersed into the chats at all, so I'm really sorry about that. But you know, I'm back. My boss has started to cover some shifts at work, so I'm back a little bit more now. I'll pass you on to Greg.
All right. Well, of course, thank you to everybody listening. We absolutely appreciate all the participation in our community. We love all of you. Even those of us that we disagree, we still love one another. We can have open and honest discussions. That is the key to any society and civilization, and that is what we embrace. I want to shout out Robin. Robin, you absolutely bring a smile to my face more times than not. I don't want to admit this too often, but thank you. Kim,
I've been crying tonight.
Yeah, it has been good. Kim, shout out to you. You always make yourself available to everybody to say, hey, give me a shout out, and you genuinely will respond. So shout out to you. Pete, look, everybody, if you want to talk to somebody and you need advice, do not contact Pete, because he literally hello, mate, hello, family. As I was gonna say, he literally will ignore you for months on end.
I'm going to end it all in an hour, Pete. Get back to me, Pete, and I won't do it. Get back to me in an hour, I'll end it all. 4 days later. You still there?
Yes. And a shout out to you, Mark, of course. You know what? The show always runs smoothly, for the most part, when you spin the deck. For the most part. Yeah. And there's a little asterisk there. You know, sometimes.
Robin does a great job now.
He does. Robin's fantastic. It's just a shit show when I try to run it, so don't ever abandon, okay? That's the truth of it. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Very much.
We can hold him to ransom now, Robin.
In the words of Fraser, yes, thank you very much. Mark, roll tape. Let's get out of here.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast. See you same time next week.